Hi, I'm Linda. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a beautiful snow scene. I love the trees and the snow, and I think it's going to be really pretty. I hope you can follow along. Pause and paint. So let's get started. So here are the oil paints I used. Liquid white, titanium white, black, phthalo blue, violet by Artist Loft, alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, burnt sienna, sap green, yellow ochre, cad yellow, and red. And so now I'm preparing my canvas with some liquid white. Just going to go over the whole thing. Just a very, very light coat. Just blend it in. Now I tapped in a little bit of cad yellow and some white. I'm making a real pale, pale yellow background sky there. Really, really pale. Now I've added a little bit of yellow ochre, the top left corner there over the top, blending that in, adding a little white just to make it real soft. A touch of alizarin crimson there up in the corner, and tapping into a white to make a real pretty soft pink, and just blend that in. Now I've added a little violet on the top corner and blending that in. Very, very soft, just blending it in. And the right corner is going to be a phthalo blue. And I'm going to tap into white. I'm going to make that real light, pretty blue. And just blend that in. All the way across. Taking my round brush, dry brush, and just circular motions and just blending that all in. I added a little violet on that top right corner too, just blending it all in. I'm taking a shop rag, I'm going in the center of that yellow, and I'm wiping a little bit of that off because I want that to be really, really bright, and adding a little white. So now I mixed a little bit of cad yellow with a touch of red. I wanted to make just a very light orange. And I'm tapping in some trees way back in the distance. Ever so light. They're just so far away. I've got a little filbert brush. Just tapping in. And I'm creating a few little pine trees in there. Zigzagging back and forth. And some more little back trees in the distance underneath that light. Just tapping very lightly. Just so looks like land. Adding another little row. I'm tapping with a nice dry brush, just blending, tapping that in, blending it in. Now I'm working my way down on the bottom corner there with some phthalo blue. Got a round brush and I'm tapping in some brush. And the lower corner is going to be quite dark. So I'm just tapping away, making a background for brush. Background color. Not real fussy, just working my way to the center there. Just tapping. Going upward. Just tapping. That bottom is quite dark now. And I did add some pine, those pine trees there, darkened them up a little bit. A lot of them aren't really going to show, but, and I did add some burnt sienna underneath those pines. Now with the phthalo, I'm just etching out where one of my trees is going to be. thinking about the lay of the land there. I added a little dark Van Dyke brown in the back. Adding some more, some lavender. Now adding some yellow under those trees, cad yellow. The sun is hitting that pretty good, so making that area pretty bright. Now I'm adding in some big trees, and I've got a dark violet with some phthalo blue in it. I'm just making them really dark. A couple of big ones, a couple of smaller ones. And I'll be putting in some little branches. And now I'm highlighting the trees with some real light violet, violet with white. I'm just gonna highlight those right in the front there, all of them. Yeah, the ones in back are really light, they're pale. And so I'm adding some nice branches with the light lavender. Kind of arcing them out toward into the light there, that pinkish area. Extending a little bit more. Putting on, I'm using a liner brush. It works really good. I add just a little bit of thinner, and they go on really nice. Putting on some more branches there. Adding some little trees way in the back too. Just little, looks like little dead trees. And putting some more branches. There aren't going to be any leaves on here because it's winter. And a few more. It's a pretty good sized tree, so I wanna have quite a few branches on it. Going into that darker lavender with a little touch of blue. And I'm going to start putting my pine tree together there. And that's with the dark lavender with more blue in it, I guess. It's a different way of making pine trees. Kind of press down and lift up. Press down, squiggle. And just form those boughs going downward. I kind of sped up the tape a little because I'm so darn slow, but you'll get the drift. Those branches get wider as they get to the bottom. And later on I will be putting some snow on those branches, so. And then I've got a real small one in front, a small pine tree. I'm doing the same thing, putting some of those little boughs on there. And that'll go all the way to the snow line. And I'll work on the third one, same thing, same dark color. Working my way down. right down to the snow line there. And I'm tapping in some medium lavender way in the back. I think those trees that I put back there, those 3 or 4 taller ones, they're almost going to disappear. So, but these are background for some more bushes and a couple 3 pine trees that are going to go in there too. So I'm putting in where the trees are going to go. I'm going to have one right there. And the same thing, I'm going to put the same type of leaves on, boughs on those 2 trees too. I've kind of sped it up so you don't get bored. But I usually use a fan brush, but this time it's a different style. I guess it's a different kind of a tree, so it should look pretty good in the end. Now the second tree, a little higher, and I'm using alizarin crimson now for those boughs. Kind of a different color, but it'll look nice. Yeah, this style of boughs is kind of different for me. I usually don't make them like this, but I'm liking them. A little more tedious. I'm almost to the bottom there. And I'm putting in some branches in the lavender, the little darker lavender. That's going to end up as another pine tree, but I'm just going to put in some branch work there. And I'm taking a liner brush with a little bit of white just to define the trunks. And I'll put in some other little background trees in the back too, just little white trunks back there. And I'm adding a little yellow on the top of the snow line there, on top of the white, because the sun is hitting that area. I've added a little lavender, just shaping the lay of the land there, adding a little light pale blue in front of those pine trees. Now I'm adding more of the snow. There's going to be some rocks on that corner there, so I added a little lavender. And I'm going into white and a little bit of liquid white to make it kind of creamy. Well, I'm going to do this tree first. But I'll be doing the same thing at the top of those rocks, accenting the tops of those right-hand rocks. So I'm putting the snow on the boughs. And that paint does have to be pretty thin, otherwise you'll have trouble with it sticking. I take a little fan brush and shaping some rocks back there with some white on it. It'll pick up the blue, so. But just pushing in some boulders. And same there, just pushing in some boulders here and there. Adding an extra little whiteness on top, a little brighter white for accents. Snow is laying on top of those rocks. And you can make your boulders any way you want, but there's a cluster of them down there. Taking a little white and just putting some snow lines in the snow there. And putting a little white back there. The lay of the land, it looks like there's a little bit of a hill there, so I'm just putting some white, angling downward. In between, I'll leave a little of that lavender showing. Now I'm going to do the little pine tree with the on the boughs with the white again. Just tapping some of those, shaping those branches. Now I'm working on the other tree, same thing. Just tapping in, shaping those boughs. And working my way down. There's a little darkness under that tree, so you want to keep that dark. Now I'm taking a good old fan brush and I'm just tipping some snow on those branches. See how easy that is? It's a little quicker than the other way. Same nice effect, but it's just a little bit of a different tree there. You can angle your fan brush to curl them and make them look real natural. Same with the other one, white with a little bit of liquid white mixed. It should stick really well with that. I'm almost seeing a finished painting here. Got another little pine tree to put in there. I really love doing this one. I hope you do too. So if you want to see more of these, you can click the like button, follow me, share if you want. So until next time, happy painting and God bless.